What's up, everybody? Rogue Hero here. In today's video, bruh, this just pissed me off. Fuck the YouTube algorithm right now. I'm gonna say what I gotta say about this topic because this topic really got me as a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player. For you guys that do not know what I'm talking about, I just discovered it myself. I had to do my own research. So apparently at the North American WCQ, they had a player point playoff event where players compete to get extra points to go to Worlds. Well, round one, the final match, round one, but it was the feature match. It was Dakota Angeloff and I think Jong Wong Lee. That's how you pronounce his name. Asian guy. So they're dueling. Apparently Dakota told him earlier in the match that he was slow playing. Can he speed up a little process? Which is fair, by all means. It's not going to be an attack video. Because, you know, if I'm trying to compete for Worlds and I'm trying to make sure I don't get, cheated in a high level, I'm going to ask my opponent to at least play a little faster pace. Even though his opponent was playing Solomon Grade, and everybody knows who plays Solomon Grade understands that deck can take some time to think with, especially if you're not trying to misplay. Very easy to misplay the deck. Pretty much make a long story short, game 3, Jung Wong Lee is up on life points. Dakota has one card on the board, no cards in hand. Lee has a Leo, a Jaguar, and I believe he had the Solomon Great, not Roar, but the one that can blow up back row, and Monster, the one that can destroy cards on the board. He looked at his graveyard, and apparently there was like 3 or 4 minutes left in the round. He looks at his graveyard to read his field spell, which is understandable because the field spell is, he notices the clock is going down. And, it was real fast paced. The judge, this fucking moron, that was such a bad judge call, bro. I understand you doing your job. That was such a bad judge call. He calls him on slow playing and try to issue him a game loss due to the fact that Dakota had asked him to speed up the game early in their duel when there was a lot of time left in the round. But we're not even gonna get on that right now. He pretty much issues him a game loss. Of course, Lee appeals it, and the head judge come back over there and pretty much lays the law and say, hey, you know what? You were issued 2 warnings. We felt like you were slow playing again, and we're gonna give you a game loss. And I'm just like, and he's DQ from the tournament. So I think he can still compete in the regular North American WCQ. He just got this DQ from the points playoffs. So all that time he tried to compete today to get extra points was wasted. He was so heated, bro. Heated. Now, everyone on Facebook is going 50-50. Half of the players are saying Lee, he was trying to stall out, he's a scammer, whatever. The other half are saying, oh, fuck Dakota, he just sharked them to get the victory. This is my take on it. Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole, with this new time rule shit, bro, is crap. This is one of the reasons why I did not want to go to Nationals outside of me not having my invite. Now, with that being said, for you guys that do not know me, I usually get my invite every year. This is the second year I have not got my invite, and it's mainly because I work a full-time job and I'm a parent with a 7-year-old kid. I don't have time to play chess like I used to. So with that, just to get that disclosure and excuse out of the way, I'll say that to say this. With time rules being a thing, you're gonna get stuff like this. Now, was Dakota correct for asking Jung Wong Lee to speed up earlier in the games? Yes, he was. I so heartily to have no reason, nothing against him asking him to speed up, because people do play slow and it's not intentional. Because after watching this game, I did not see any Lee playing slow at all. Even during when the judge giving that bad call, even during that part, I didn't see Lee playing slow. I saw him playing at a fair pace. Even the commentators were like, yeah, he was playing at a pretty good pace. So just for this to happen, it just shows the flaws of the time rule, bro. And I truly believe these time rules can kill Yu-Gi-Oh! Flat out, it makes me as a competitive player not want to invest the energy into traveling to an event. Imagine being Lee right now. paying all this money, going to regionals after regionals after regionals, trying to get these world points to go to worlds. You go to the North American WCQ qualifier, you go on the Friday event to win extra points, and you go up against somebody who was another good player. In my opinion, you outplayed them because they were going back and forth. But Leap did some pretty cool plays. Took his time. You have to think, like, it's not gonna take 20 seconds. Now, it's not gonna take 20 seconds to just make a play in Solomon Grace. You have to think. You're playing against someone using Alter Guys, which is another think-heavy intensive deck in a 40-minute round, not knowing that time can get called and you can lose. Some people on Zodiac Duelist, being the fucking troll group they are, was stating that, oh, it's Solomon Grace. You don't have to think in Solomon Grace. You just play the deck. No. Don't know deck, you just play. Solomon Grace, yeah, it's an easy deck to learn, but that doesn't necessarily mean every play you make can just be played out without thinking. Especially when you're in a high level. For one, for you scrubs that's never been on a high level with anything in your lives, facts still remain. When you're going into top 16, you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna want to make sure you don't want to misplay. So that's number 2. You're gonna get jittery, and not to mention too, you're gonna be thinking ahead of yourself all the time, which can make you forget yourself. Now, one of the reasons why I'm so upset about this, outside of everyone bashing both these players, because let's be real, Dakota, he came on Facebook and stated like he does not agree with Lee getting dequalified. He said straight up he don't agree with the ruling. Now granted, I'm pretty sure he's happy as hell that ruling was gonna happen. Had came out because he lost. And the thing that gets me about that ruling, I know I'm kind of going all over this which is a video, but this is a rant video. I don't care what this one. I'm just filtering and I gotta let it loose. He literally, I don't see how he could have came back from that. Which is why I call the judge a moron. It's not an attack against the judge's character. I don't know the guy personally, so I'm kind of wrong for calling him the judge a moron. But that was a bad decision making that judge did. That was a bad call. And I understand he's just trying to do his job, but that was seriously, just like in football, baseball, basketball, that was a bad judge call. Literally, both playing a good pace. Oh, let me just make sure. He just wanted to get verification on his graveyard card. And the judge like, oh yeah, you're slow playing. Motherfucker, his opponent has no other cards in his hand. Literally, what could he have done? Yes, he probably could have top decked a trap or that one Alter Guy that when you normal summon you can set a trap in your deck. But even then, Lee had back row. He had Jaguar. He had Heat Leo. On top of that, he had Baylings. He had a set field with little to no timing around against a deck that takes steam to build up. There was no way without that fucking ruling from the slow play was Dakota gonna win that match. No way in hell. That's the only reason he won. And that's, once again, not an attack against him. I don't have nothing against him, once again, personally. And he even admitted once again that he does not agree with the ruling. But he did call his opponent out for slow playing earlier in the games twice. So that made the judges be on edge. And it made the judge make the bad decision he made to call Lee out when it mattered the most, because time was getting called. So ultimately, my solution for this is Konami. Cut the new time rules out. Take a route from the OCG. Give us 30 minutes on the clock. Call time at 30. Give us 10 more minutes once time is called, and give you 3 turns to play. That'll make things a lot smoother, because that's how it is in the OCG from what I was told. Like this new time bullshit where you're playing, timing around, and you lose, that's some straight up bullshit. The only thing it benefits is the fucking vendors who get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Who get to sell Yu-Gi-Oh! And the event holders who get to host these events to leave the convention early. I understand Konami does not want another Nationals 2016, which I did attend to and compete in, where players were there to 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. I get Konami does not want another one of those. But we have to find a better time solution other than the one you have now. Because you're going to have players on edge thinking everyone's trying to slow play them and lines get blurred, especially on a high level. And you're going to also have players who have different concepts of slow playing. Like me and the commentators, us old school players, we have no problem with the way Lee was playing. I would have told Judge, like, dude, he's fine. I don't want him. I'm gonna lose. If I lose, I lose. I don't want him to get DQ'd. He's whooping my ass. Like, let him do it. But I understand Dakota didn't want to do that because he didn't want to go over the judge's head, and both the ass would have got DQ'd. So with that being said, man, ultimately at the end of the day, I'm not blaming Lee for slow playing because I don't think he was slow playing. I feel like he was playing a fair game. I'm not blaming Dakota for being on edge because if that was me, I'd be on edge too. And I understand why, because he doesn't want to get slow played. And there's a perception of players slow playing on purpose. And plus his opponent was playing Solomon Grace, and let's be honest, if the clock is low and your opponent's playing Solomon Grace, they're gonna side in peril. So I can't get mad at him for that. So with that being said, I blame Konami for these shitty time rules and think they need to get fixed before things get real and Yu-Gi-Oh! Start losing players to games like Pokemon and Magic. Tell me what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here, subscribe for more. This is Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.